Hey guys, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a quick review along with a demo of Tarte's brand new limited edition Rainforest After Dark palette. This retails for $38, and one of the appealing things about these kinds of disc palettes that Tarte will occasionally come out with is the value you get for your money. Inside, you will find that you get a full-size highlighter, or not a full-size, a large highlighter, a large bronzer, and this is in a permanent shade that they carry, Park Avenue Princess, so those of you that are familiar, you got an extra one here. You also get a full-size blush. This is in the shade Unleashed, which they describe as a nude rose. I would say similar, but is slightly mauve-y leaning, so has some purple undertones. And then you get 6 eyeshadow shades down here, along with a nice size mirror you can see just for a size comparison next to my head. It's a nice size mirror, very practical, and the compact itself, while plastic, feels very sturdy. It's not going to fly apart if you want to put it in your purse, which, by the way, the size is nice enough to where you can throw it and go if you want to travel with it. But now let's get back into what comes inside the palette. I want to talk about the shadows. There's a great mix of textures here. You get some mattes, some satins, even a metallic gold, and there's a great mix of neutrals. You can see they're kind of divided here right down the middle. There's a set of neutrals over here with a gold, a medium matte camel, and a deep matte chocolate brown. And then on the other side, these are definitely more plum tone shadows. So right away you can kind of see that if plums and kind of burgundy shades aren't up your alley, you can immediately eliminate this from your wish list, because this is overall a very plum, cool toned color palette. But on the plum side, you have kind of a matte pink beige, a matte kind of plummy, matte satin plummy mauve, and then over here this deep, gorgeous dark plum that borders on a burgundy. I've created 2 eye looks using this palette. One I'm obviously wearing right now. You can go see a pictorial step-by-step of this on the blog that I'll link to below, but also at some point I should be running a quick, like, sped up demo of a very soft matte neutral look I create using this palette, because I really wanted to show the diversity that you could do a daytime look. Despite the fact that this looks like a very dramatic palette, you can absolutely do a daytime look, but you certainly can amp it up for the night. So I really wanted to show that kind of versatility this palette comes with in terms of eyeshadows. As far as face shades go, the blush, this beautiful soft matte mauve, is only going to cater to those with light to fair skin tones, maybe a little bit of medium. I will say that it does come off a little bit more pigmented on the cheeks than it looks in the pan, but I wouldn't say that it's going to be well suited towards medium, darker medium to deep skin tones. The same can be said for this Park Avenue Princess bronzer. It is very fair, which is great for those fair girls who have trouble finding matte bronzers that don't make them look orange. However, those with deeper skin tones are kind of out of luck when it comes to getting a full face blush and contour routine out of this palette. This highlighter is beautiful. It's lovely, pearlescent. The shimmers are so fine that they don't look like chunky shimmers, and it's this super flattering, universally flattering kind of champagne shade that you can use both as a highlighter all over your face or as a highlighter on your eye. In fact, I do in the tutorial or in the look I'm wearing in both looks, I believe. As far as quality goes, all of the powders in this palette are exactly what I would expect from Tarte. They perform beautifully. The shadows are very smooth, creamy. The mattes in particular are, which sometimes can be a little dicey, but also this gold, while it's not super unique, is ultra metallic, very pigmented. So if you want to wear it lightly, you can, but you can also really build it up even when worn without a primer or foiled. It builds up instantly to create this beautiful metallic look on your eyes. The same can be said for this deep burgundy. It can be built up so dramatically to create, you know, the look you see here. The blush is very long wearing. In fact, these blushes in particular are known for their lasting power, and that is absolutely the case still with this palette. So it's not like you're getting a totally different blush formula just because you buy in bulk in terms of the amount of product you get. And the same can be said for the bronzer. The highlight, I'm not sure if it's a permanent shade, but it is beautiful nonetheless. It also has great lasting power, and the texture of all these face powders are very smooth. Like I said, with the eyeshadows, very smooth, and at least with the bronzer and blush, very matte. So those who don't like ultra shimmery, glittery blushes and bronzers, no fear, matte textures all the way with these. Closing thoughts on this palette. I love it. I think the products perform amazingly. The packaging is just beautiful. And moreover, it's an awesome value for the money. That is if you can wear the products. And what I mean is you get this full-size blush, a fantastic value. Individually, these retail for $26 a piece. When you're paying $38 for a palette that also includes not only the blush, but 6 shadows and a huge highlighter and a bronzer, it's an amazing deal. But as I mentioned before in the video, this blush and this bronzer are not necessarily going to cater to as many skin tones in the skin tone spectrum as they could. Something I do want to mention, if you find that the face shades in this palette aren't going to work for you, but you still absolutely adore these eyeshadows, is how similar they are to the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. It's a very similar color palette in that there's a mix of neutrals and plums and maroons and golds. Looks very similar, but you get such a wider array of shades in the Chocolate Bar palette, especially if that's what you're looking for is mainly eyeshadows. So just something I wanted to point out for those of you that might be looking at this palette thinking, gosh, I wish those eyeshadows, but the face products aren't going to work for me. Definitely reach for the Too Faced because it's absolutely beautiful, and I'll link to a review of that in the info bar below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this review and demo helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.